Good afternoon, I'm Chiki Verhel, and this is One News Now. The Health Department warns against complacency as the country just breached the 300,000 mark in COVID-19 cases. President Duterte, meanwhile, is expected to announce new quarantine classifications this evening. JC Cosico has the details.
Apart from the expanded testing and local government surveillance, the Health Department attributes the rise in COVID-19 infections to the clustering of cases in some areas. Among the regions with the highest number of areas with clustering are NCR, Region 4A, Region 7, and Region 3. The country breached the 300,000 mark in caseload over the weekend. Despite this, the DOH insists that the weekly average of reported cases has been decreasing. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere praises the government's community-focused virus response among other improvements.
Yung One Hospital Command in Oplan Kalinga, it has given a breather to our health system. Pag nakita ng local government na hindi kaya ng mga bahay or ng mga family na magkaroon ng home quarantine, they encourage people para lumipat na lang sa temporary treatment and monitoring facility.
The DOH says the country has enough supply of RT-PCR test kits until the end of the year.
Kaya bukod dun sa pre-procure natin, meron pa rin tayong mga donated na testing kits. So itong lahat ay ngayon ay nasa ating mga warehouses, yung iba ginagamit na ng ating labs.
Vergere adds that the procurement of more test kits is included in its budget for 2021. Still, she has a reminder to the public.
Whatever the community quarantine measure is, whether it be GCQ, MGCQ, ECQ, we cannot be complacent at this point. So tayo, lahat, susunod pa rin tayo sa minimum health standards.
Vergere reiterates that apart from the number of cases, the IATF is also basing its community quarantine recommendations to the health system capacity, among other indicators. The UP Octa research team earlier warned of an infection surge during Christmas season, should authorities decide to place Metro Manila under modified GCQ. Palace spokesman Harry Roque said President Duterte will address the nation tonight on the matter.
May pagpupulong po ang IATF ngayon, alauna nga po. So sana po mas maaga tayong matapos para masimulan ko yung meeting. Sana po, hindi ko lang sigurado, meron po kasing address sa taong bayan ng ating Pangulo mamayang gabi. So sana po yung classification mapasama na sa kanyang address.
For News 5, JC Cosico, we are One News.
COVID-19 cases in the country continue to increase. The Health Department logged over 3,000 new infections on Monday, bringing the total caseload to more than 307,000. Of the number, 49,000 are active. More than 30 people died of the virus in the past 24 hours, pushing the death toll to 5,300. Some good news, though, 160 more individuals have gotten better from the disease. Recoveries now stand at more than 252,000. Trade Secretary Mon Lopez wants to allow more industries to operate at full capacity, whether under GCQ or MGCQ. In today's Laging Handa briefing, Lopez said he was referring to industries currently operating at 50% capacity. He added that it is possible to allow these sectors to operate at full capacity without easing quarantine restrictions. The trade chief also disclosed that 90,000 business establishments are currently closed due to the pandemic. He added that some 4.4 million Filipinos are unemployed despite the gradual reopening of the economy.
Kahit GCQ pa rin po, basta yung remaining sector, and I'm referring basically to other services na ngayon under GCQ ay 50% operating capacity. Ito po yung mga legal accounting firms, other services po sa film industry, and other services that can be made from 50% to 100%. Operating capacity to allow more workers po makabalik sa kanilang mga trabaho. That will be a big help.
Vice President Leni Robredo underscores the importance of setting specific and measurable goals amid the COVID-19 pandemic. In her virtual address this afternoon, the official laid out her recommendations to improve the country's COVID response. Among those was the provision of more assistance to the local governments, citing their practices against the virus that have been proven effective. She also called for direct financial grants to micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMEs, for them to be able to continue the compensation of their employees during the health crisis. Robredo also stressed that the Office of the Vice President has laid out suggestions to help the national government in addressing the needs of the Filipino people in this difficult time. More stories after this short break. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Chiki Verhel. Some motorists were left scratching their heads as the MMDA has begun closing U-turn slots along EDSA. The agency insists the move aims to improve travel for buses plying the major thoroughfare. Gerard de la Peña with the story.
This area at the North Avenue portion of EDSA used to be a U-turn slot. Now it has been barricaded. The MMDA has begun closing U-turn slots along the major thoroughfare to allow for seamless travel of buses plying the EDSA busway. The new policy left several motorists confused. Hence, this horrendous rush hour traffic earlier today. At least 10 private motorists were issued violation tickets.
It's been a week now that we've been informing the public about the U-turn. So I think that's enough for them to know. Kaya tinikitan na namin yung mga nagrarason na hindi nila alam.
Motorists are urging the MMDA to reconsider the move.
Mahirap talaga sir kasi walang ma-U-turnan eh. Malayo.
Parang hirap mag-deliver banda ron. Gawa ng sobrang layo na naikutan mo. Imbis tatawid ka na lang sa malapit na doon ka maghanap pa ng ibang other slot na pwedeng pag-U-turnan. Kaya parang mahirap talaga.
Northbound motorists may take the U-turn slot in front of the Quezon City Academy, while those going south are advised to take a U-turn along Quezon Avenue. The MMDA plans to close 12 more U-turn slots until December. The MMDA has yet to decide when the next U-turn slot will be barricaded.
Tinitignan pa natin yan. Let's see yung assessment muna nitong unang pagsasara bago natin i-divert to another rerouting yung mga sasakyan na naapektuhan.
For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, we are One News.
The back and forth continues over leadership issues at the lower house. For more details, Ria Fernandez is reporting to us live from Quezon City. Ria, what's the latest?
Chiki, a House leader claims betrayal on the side of Marinduque Representative Lord Alan Velasco, prompting over 200 lawmakers to stick with the sitting speaker. House leaders from different political groups joined forces to support House Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano through a manifesto. Among the signatories were Majority Leader Martin Romualdez of Lakas CMD and Minority Leader Benny Abante from the National Unity Party. Even some PDP Laban party mates of Velasco, Cayetano's supposed successor affixed their signatures. Those are Deputy Speaker Johnny Pimentel and Aurelio Gonzalez Jr. Pimentel, however, refused to comment as of this time. In total, 202 lawmakers have already took part in the manifesto and more are expected to follow suit. Along with support for Cayetano, the signatories also sought to fast-track the 2021 national budget. In addition, they ought to heed President Duterte's desire for them to choose who would lead their chamber. For Deputy Speaker Dan Fernandez, the move aims to avoid what happened during the term of former Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez, which affected their budget proceedings. This, as Fernandez claimed, continued attempts from Velasco's camp to unseat Cayetano as Speaker while in the middle of budget hearings. He added that they would not have reached this point if only Velasco cooperated with Cayetano since day one as his presumptive Speaker. The minority bloc of the lower chamber also released a similar statement to support Cayetano. Deputy Speaker El Rey Villafuerte clarified that no revamp will happen on or before October 15 for lawmakers who did not sign the manifesto. But just in case there will be one, Villafuerte assured it will be based on consultation and consensus with the House leadership. Cheeky, in a Facebook post, Velasco kept mum on the issue as he previously said that this is indifference and respect to Cayetano, but he noted that he remains firm with his position that the 1521 term sharing agreement that was brokered no less than by President Rodrigo Duterte must be honored. Under the deal, Cayetano is set to serve as Speaker of the House until the end of September, which means that by October, Velasco must be leading the lower chamber. Meanwhile, PDP Laban said Velasco and Cayetano will be meeting tomorrow with President Duterte with their respective allies to settle the matter. Chiki?
Thank you, Ria Fernandez, for the details. That was our correspondent, Ria Fernandez. For more updates, follow News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Chiki Verhel. We are One News.